Hello and welcome everybody, this is Critical Impact Gaming with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle for you here today. So today I'm going to actually be doing a post narration instead of doing a live one because I'm just I'm really not good at doing live narrations. I have a little bit of a speech impediment, if you could probably already tell by now. That's pretty obvious. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this post narration instead of a live one. I'm probably going to be doing this from now on. So I have a battle here against a guy I met in a Pokemon Facebook group. I don't know if he wants me to say his real name or not, but for now I think his in-game name is, what was it, Reiku? Something like that. But anyways, we're just going to be leading off with my Zapdos, and he's going to be leading off with his Kangaskhan. Interestingly enough, he's actually not going to be going for his Mega Evolution, as I just tried to set up a substitute after his initial Fake Out. So he's going to reveal that he actually has the Facade over something like Double Edge, or, you know, something like that. And my substitute's just going to take that and it's going to fade away. I believe I do opt out to go for the Thunderbolt this turn, just to try to get some chip damage off, because I know he's just going to keep on using the attacks. You know, Kangaskhan isn't really known for doing anything else other than just being an all-out offensive monster. I really don't see it using like Toxic or anything stally like that anytime soon. So I am just going to go for a Roost since I'm faster, and I'm hoping that he doesn't have the Earthquake. He's not showing it so far, but maybe he doesn't really know how my playstyle is. Maybe he doesn't know I'm going to be going for a Roost, and yada yada, etc. like that. So I'm just going to go for a second T-Bolt right here, as it brings him down to, I'd say about 20%, maybe a little bit less, as he goes for another Facade. And right now I'm pretty low on HP, so I'm just going to go for the Roost, hoping that he's just going to go for the Sucker Punch. Unfortunately, it does not tell me in the text bar below that he goes for Sucker Punch and it failed, which means he went for the Earthquake. So that is very unfortunate for me. However, I do survive just barely with 29 HP. Ooh, very critical right there. So right now I'm just going to opt out to go for the Roost again. Because now I'm predicting him to go for a Sucker Punch since I'm at such low HP and I do outspeed him. His priority is to just take out my Mon while it's, you know, nice and low and weak. I'm guessing he doesn't have Stealth Rocks, even though I don't think I showed you guys a team preview in this one. But he does have the Aerodactyl, but spoilers. He never actually ended up getting up his Stealth Rocks, so I don't know if maybe he just doesn't have the Stealth Rocks, or maybe he just never found an opportunity to use them. But he's just gonna save his Kangaskhan for later, so he could do some Fake Out shenanigans later on in the battle, and he's gonna go into his own Zapdos, Shiny, very nice, very nice. But I really don't want to be playing the mirror match right now. So I'm going to go into my Megatron over here just because I know I can absolutely tank any of his T-Bolts. Toxic won't affect me, Drill Peck won't do anything. And I mean, he could go for substitutes and Roosts all he wants because I do have the Ice Punch, I have the Earthquake in case he wants to go for his own Roost. I even have the Thunder Punch if he wants to switch out into something later on. I mean, Double Iron Bash 2 is going to do a decent chunk of damage, even though it is resisted, it's still stab. But he's not trying to mess around with that because he knows he doesn't have anything to hit me right now. And he's just going to go into his Blastoise. And right now I'm already immediately thinking he's just going to try to go for the Scald or something like that. So I'm going to just stay in since I don't want something else getting burned. Melmetal is really my most expendable Pokemon at this point. So I'm just going to go for the Thunder Punch, as he does reveal to me that his Blastoise has the Fake Out. I thought that was very interesting. This guy has some really innovative sets, so props to you, sir. Props to you. And of course I would get the freaking burn. Well, that's just Hacks Gods being Hacks Gods. My Thunder Punch actually does still do a very considerable amount of damage, even considering that I am burned. And this is a Blastoise, which is always just very naturally bulky. And if you're seeing kind of a theme here, he does have all shiny Pokemon. I know you haven't seen them all. You've seen the Con, the Zapdos, and the Blastoise. But yeah, all 6 of his mons are shiny, so that's pretty cool. Must have taken a lot of hard work, a lot of hours shiny hunting, and yeah, so props to you, sir. I am just going to go for another Thunder Punch because why not? That's my best move to hit him with. I really don't want to get anything else burnt or worse, critted upon. And he does actually reveal that he has the Earthquake, and I'm just going to switch on to my Zapdos, hoping that he just goes for that again. Yeah, a little bit of like communication right here. I guess my opposition is trying to think most optimal play, as he does end up switching out into his Alolan Raichu. So it looks like we're actually going to be having a double switch right here, from a certain point of view anyway. As I go out into my Big Bird, he actually does have the upper hand against me here. I believe I go for the Toxic this turn, as he goes for I'm pretty sure he just went for the, oh no, I guess he went for Fake Out. Aha, there's another theme. He has Fake Outs on a majority of his Pokemon, and he has all shinies. So that's pretty fun and again innovative. So he brings me down very low with that Fake Out T-Bolt combo, as I am able to get off my my Toxic. I'm not one to screw around with the Roost stalling, because obviously the Alolan Raichu has Psychic to hit me with some secondary neutral stab if I decide to go for Roost. I'm sorry, my dog was trying to play with me. Not right now, okay? But I am just going to go for Roost, trying to just get a safe switch out into something else, because I know that he's just going to go for the Psychic on the off chance I actually go into my Rhydon, which again I don't think you guys saw. Or you might have, yeah, I think you guys already saw it when they were switching. Yeah, there it is. So I'm actually going to go out into my Alakazam, because he's actually in a very, very good spot for me to start sweeping with. Now I know he's going to switch out and go into his Kangaskhan, expecting to absorb the Shadow Ball, but I'm going to take this opportunity to just go for the Mega Evolution and Calm Mind up, because I predicted a switch. Luckily, I did predict that correctly. Well, almost correctly anyway. He actually ended up going into his Blastoise instead of his Kangaskhan. I'm thinking that he just wants to go for his Fake Out shenanigans as much as possible, so that when his Kangaskhan comes out against my Alakazam, he really just has to click Sucker Punch, and that's going to be game for the Alakazam. So I guess this Calm Mind was kind of in vain. It didn't really matter. Probably would have been a little bit more beneficial for me if I actually just went for the Psychic, Shadow Ball, or Dazzling Gleam. Any one of those probably would have been better to just get off the damage on the Blastoise, so I don't have to deal with chip damage from both the Fake Out and the revealed Aqua Jet. So yeah, I think let's see, Earthquake, Fake Out, Aqua Jet, and Scald. So yeah, this Blastoise is running in totally offensive set. But I'm sure it's probably still bulky, like a bold or a calm nature. Oh no, probably not those. It's probably like sassy or relaxed actually. Just so it has a good amount of bulk left over while still being able to dish out a nice amount of offense. So now, after he got off the Fake Out and the Aqua Jet residual damage from his Blastoise, he sends out his Kangaskhan, which is just hanging on by a little sliver of HP right there in the red, as you can see. And now I believe he's just going to go for a Fake Out and try to follow up with a Sucker Punch. But right now I'm kind of just looking at my options. My Seaking is at full HP, so is my Rhydon, but I want to save my Rhydon for later, because he does have the, what's it called, Venusaur, I believe. I think he has Venusaur in this game. We actually had like 2 battles. I'm probably going to upload the other one later on. Maybe this week, maybe next week, I'm not entirely sure. But he's fearing that he's not going to be fast enough to outspeed me, or either that or his Sucker Punch. He's just trying to save it for Alakazam, and that's totally fine by me. He's just going to go out into his Alolan Raichu. The little brown dude over there is just going to get hit by this waterfall. It looks like you won't be surfing this waterfall, buddy boy, as he does just get the additional toxic damage, which doesn't really matter in the long run. Maybe if I did go for a Thunderbolt with Zapdos, it would have done just enough for me to be able to take him out with this waterfall, but who knows. Maybe I'll have to just do the calculations on that later on. But as of now, I'm just going to switch out to my Megatron because I know he's definitely going to be able to outspeed me and just take me out with the T-Bolt. And I really don't want to just unnecessarily lose my Seeking when I could just use my Melmetal as fodder. Since it's already burned, it's already at low HP, it's very slow, and it's not going to be doing anything else for me in this battle. So I am just going to be switching back out into my Mega Alakazam. I think I'd just go for a Psychic because why not? There's no point in not going for the stab move when he literally has like no HP left. So poor little Alolan Raichu is finally gonna go down after a long goodbye. And now with communicating, and I think he just sends out his Kangaskhan. Yep, Biggie Smalls. That's a pretty funny nickname, honestly. Let's see, I think I switch out. I don't remember what I switch out into though. Looks like I'm just gonna go for the Venusaur since it's at full HP, and I want to save my Redon for later, just in case I have to go up against the Aerodactyl. And now that the Alolan Raichu's gone, that's really the biggest threat to my team, just gone, because it probably 1 or 2 hit KO the Venusaur, and I could try Sleep Powdering the Alolan Raichu, but it could miss. Sludge Bomb will not 1-hit KO it without the residual damage from earlier, and I'm just, you know, overall slower, so I really didn't want to mess around with that. I am just going to go for the Giga Drain as he gets off a little bit of damage with, I think that was Facade. I wasn't really looking at the screen, but I think he goes for the Facade, and just take him out with the Giga Drain, get a little bit of HP back, and he just sends out his Zapdos at full HP. So I'm in a little bit of trouble right now, but I think I'm just going to go for the Sleep Powder after just checking out my options right here. I really don't want my my Rhydon poisoned because I don't think he's revealed his final move slot here. And yeah, here's the whole team of the Aerodactyl, Zapdos, Venusaur, Alolan Raichu, Kangaskhan, and what was the last one? I don't know. But anyways, I'm finally gonna go ahead and click the Sleep Powder as he goes for his own status move in the form of Thunder Wave. So he's just gonna try to get some Pair Hacks up against me, and I luckily do hit the Sleep Powder. So right now, I'm not even going to mess around with trying to get off Leech Seed because that's not really going to help me in the long run. I'm just going to go on the full offensive with my Sludge Bombs right here. He is faster, and that is a guaranteed first turn sleep since because he's faster, the first turn after I use my sleep inducing move, in this case Sleep Powder, the opposition will always be asleep on the first turn afterwards, if you didn't know that already. So luckily for me, I am able to break through the paralysis and get off one more Sludge Bomb while he's still asleep, and I'm just hoping, praying that he doesn't end up having the Drill Peck, because that would just suck for me. But it doesn't even matter because he doesn't get to do anything. As he stays asleep, I break through paralysis once more, and I fire off a final Sludge Bomb to take out his Zapdos. So that is kind of nerve-wracking. I was really afraid that he's either going to wake up and roost stall me, or I would get paralyzed 1,000 times and not be able to do anything. However, Venusaur is a boss like that. He is going to send out his own Venusaur now, and it's obviously going to be faster than me because of the paralysis. I break through again. Wow, I really kind of feel bad about that. But, I mean, you know, hacks are hacks. So we're just going to be exchanging the Sludge Bombs right here for a second or two. I fire off one against him, and he gets one more off on me to take me out. So, I mean, what can I say? Venusaur actually did a really good job for the short amount of time that I was actually out on the field. But right now I'm just going to be sending out my Spoon Joke, my Mega Alakazam over here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to play with my dog. And he really doesn't want to switch on to his Aerodactyl, because if he did, I'd just be able to outspeed it and take it out with another Psychic, and then just take out his Venusaur. So it's honestly just the safest play for my opponent to be staying in with his Venusaur, sacking it to the Psychic, and then just bringing in his Aerodactyl afterwards. So this is kind of his last ditch effort. He has not gone Mega. I feel like he probably should just gone Mega with his Kangaskhan earlier, but he just opts to go for the Mega Aerodactyl. I actually don't even really like the shiny Mega Aerodactyl. I prefer the gray one to the purple, but it still looks pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go for Psychic. I get the useless special defense drop. Totally necessary, guys, totally necessary. As he does just take me out with a Rock Slide. So now he does have an opportunity at least to still win, because he can flinch my Sea King to death, and I could miss my Rock Slides with my Rhydon while he kills me with I think 2 Earthquakes. But I do send in my Sea King, my #1 favorite Pokemon of them all. I actually end up avoiding his Rock Slide, go for the Waterfall, and take him out. Very intense game, very fun. I really hope you guys all enjoyed it. And I apologize for the low lighting in my last video. I'm trying to work on that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this battle, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.